Alright guys, so again, diving back into Fountainhead Palace. Nothing crazy out here. It's going to just be like an area getting you kind of used to the new bosses or the new enemies you're going to see. And I'll explain kind of what they're strong at, what they're weak at. But go ahead and sneak up, grab this balloon. And this guy playing the flute. So the flute players, they will hit you with a thing called enfeebling. And what it'll do is pretty much kill you. It'll reduce your health like to bare minimum. And it's in combination with the other enemies. It makes it very difficult to deal with. But they also die in 1 or 2 hits if you can just get the drop on them. So rushing these guys down is generally a good idea. But sneaking up on them is even better. As you can see, pretty easy to just kill them even if you don't sneak. Sneak around the back side of this. Kill this one. And now we're just making sure we didn't miss any items. Anything this way? No. Anything on the back side? Nope. And one more check. Nothing here. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start hitting up the inside of this building. Now we're going to hit the roof first. That way if we do get seen, we don't have to deal with the guys on the roof. But you can see there is like an archer here. No more guns, just archers. And there's a guy down there dancing. It's heavily implied in the side quest that Tomoe was one of the members of Fountainhead Palace. Because like Ishin said, whenever she did anything, it was like she was dancing. And these guys have a martial art that is very similar to dancing. So, very good late game farming area here as well. These guys almost always give you rare crafting material, and it's a pretty solid place to start in terms of farming. Now we're going to make sure there's no enemies that are going to interrupt our fight with this guy that's over there dancing. Run around to the front. Again, hop up. Make sure there's no items on the second story, and there we go. Found one. You can deflect all the arrows, so just take your time. They do that little wah sound when they jump. It's pretty cool. But yeah, they're like fish/dragon people. But if you remember back when we were at Mibu Village, we dealt with the dudes that seemed like they were drinking and, you know, trying to become members of the Fountainhead Palace. This is what they would turn into. Go ahead and hit this guy with a mortal draw. There we go. Since they are considered immortal beings, the mortal draw does work wonders against them. Now this guy's trying to hit us with enfeebling, so you have to break line of sight with him. Yep, there we go. He's going to bring your health down to almost nothing. And this guy's going to kill me. So what I'm going to do is when I resurrect, I'm going to just rush this guy. Oh, enfeebling takes away your ability to resurrect. I completely forgot. Alright, round 2. No matter how much you play Sekiro, eventually you will find points that you just die. It's kind of, you either get too confident or you play too cautious, right? So if you're playing too defensively, you'll never really succeed because the game isn't built for you to play defensively. And if you get too cautious, you'll eventually die from trying to play it too safe. So, or if you get too aggressive, you'll die because eventually you'll make a mistake, get too greedy, stuff like that. So we're going to go up here again. Actually show you guys a cool little trick that you can do with one of the headless items that we got. Alright, so one of the benefits of taking out the headless is you can use, where is it? Gachin's Spirit Fall, and what you do is you use a Tanto, which takes away half your health, and then you heal it back up. So you're gonna have to sacrifice a gourd for it, but that gives you some extra spirit emblems to work with, so the Gotchins doesn't negatively impact you. And we're gonna ruin this guy's day in a second. I don't know how I missed that drop, but it's fine. So you can see I'm like super shaded, almost invisible. Now, even the archers can pull out the little, or their swords. So don't think that just because it's an archer, they don't have the ability to pull out their sword. They're much like the musket enemies from Ashina. And again, rush this guy before he can enfeeble you. Make the fight a lot easier. We're going to get that balloon of wealth and clear around this corner. Alright, cool. So we're good here. Now we're going to go fight the guy over there that's dancing. Just to kind of show you guys what to expect when you fight them. These are more of the tougher enemies, so he's up here doing his martial arts. Eventually, the jumping around, you'll just get used to it. It takes a while to get used to it, even when you're coming back to the area, because a lot of the attacks are really delayed. But once you get used to it, you'll be able to read their jumping pretty simply. Alright, jump across. Alright, lightning dogs. So the dogs down here, the white ones, they can shoot lightning at you. You're going to deal with that the same way that we dealt with it with Genichiro, and just send it back at them. And they also die very easily, so don't think that you have to be like super strong or anything, but you can still deflect them normally when they jump at you. But if they do try to hit you with lightning, just be ready to jump in the air, catch it, and send it right back. Sugar, coin purse. Alright, you can hear the flute players, and again, you have to deal with them. Just send the lightning back, it'll kill the dog in one hit, just like that. But always deal with the flute player before you deal with anything else. Trust me, you do not want to get enfeebled. Stealth kill the dog, that was kind of brutal. Let's go get these dogs while we're out here. Yashiriku sugar. It's always nice to have. Some more dogs inside. I'm sure one of them's going to do the lightning. Nope. No lightning. Okay, that was kind of overkill. Mortal draw is super strong, so hitting a dog with it was kind of not my intention. I was trying to deflect. Alright, another dog down. Make sure we didn't miss any items. Alright, so we're going to progress through the area. This is going to be pretty much the last lower Fountainhead Palace area. There's going to be a bunch of flute players and stuff in here. So try to avoid getting seen, and if you do get seen, just get ready to run and get behind cover. Go ahead and pop a spirit fall and a pellet and get ready to rock. So you can see already there's a guy around the corner. He's going to walk towards you. Once he gets close enough, just rush him. This guy can't see us because we're using the spirit fall. And we'll start this dialogue right here.
Please be careful. The palace nobles have a craving for the vitality of youth. They can't help themselves. They want nothing but to sap away more and more of it.
I see.
The courtyard ahead in particular. It is accursed. It's crawling with palace nobles.
So basically what she's telling you is that they eat people for their vitality. And that is why they're trying to take people from Mibu Village, telling them they're going to come up here and be an immortal, and then really they come up here and just get chowed on.
My father is now a noble, and the moment he became one, he found himself entranced by a carp, the great carp. For a long, long time since, he's done nothing but feed that cursed carp. Young man, please release my father from the carp's bewitching powers.
Alright, so that's the first hint that we get about the giant carp.
For an eternity like that.
But we'll be dealing with the giant carp a little bit later. That's why we picked up that precious bait from where the monkey was. Alright, so this guy's trying to enfeeble us. We're just gonna pop a Yashiruku, or a Gachin Spirit Fall. And again, sneak by. Got a bite down, which is good. If you get enfeebled, it'll help. Gonna sneak up on this guy. Now there's another enemy over here. He could be tough, but if you sneak up on him, he's not a problem. And because we have the Spirit Fall on, we can catch this guy slipping. Come over here, get your gunpowder. We got 4 of them right there, which is super useful. And we got one more flute player on the outside that we have to deal with. Now there is a mini boss on the other side of this wall. We'll get to, actually he's on the other side of that wall. We'll deal with that in a second. But first let's clear out the area without getting hit. Make it a little bit easier on ourselves. Let's go ahead and pop another Spirit Fall. Hop up here in this little nook. And so there is a bunch of enemies patrolling the outside of this. One's a flute player, and then there's 2 like bodyguards. But we're going to take the flute player out. That's down here. It's going to alert them. And then we're going to find... where's the grapple point? Grapple point. And we'll just use these to kind of show us where everyone's at. And then try to find the flute player on his own. There we go. Now the guys with the spears can be a little bit difficult, so we're going to try to get at least one of them from above. Oh, they're not even the spear ones. Just the sword guys. Now we could have just nightfalled, but I want to keep my spirit emblems for... or we could have smoke screened, but I want to keep the emblems for the Spirit Fall emblem. Make it easier to sneak around this area. Try not to die again, because I want to just go ahead and knock out that mini boss in this episode as well. So more guys on the bridge. Go ahead and pop another Spirit Fall. Again, I have 1,000 spirit emblems, but you can only bring 20 to at any given time. So you want to make sure you're getting good uses out of them. Let's kill this guy. And we're going to rush this guy. And then we're going to rush this guy as well. Okay, now this guy saw us, but it's not a big deal. Let him come across if he wants to, and then we'll just rush him by lining a siding. So he's like the elder of the area. So let him get to the bridge, and then we will punish as soon as he gets down. Boom. Pop another Spirit Fall. And we'll stealth kill this guy and deal with the spear guy now. That's his thrust attack. It can be carried, but it's pretty difficult to read. Watch out for the sweeps. You can jump over those like always. Woo! Guy has like a chain perilous attack. It's pretty strong. And again, you can see the two flute players outside. They are also protected by another spearman. But you get a ton of great upgrade material here, so it's well worth clearing it all the way out. Take this pellet. Matter of fact, I think that there is another item. Is there? No. Okay. Again, it's going to sound redundant. Another spirit fall. And you get a lot of spirit emblems from killing these guys, so don't ever feel like they're not going to replenish. They just won't replenish for you to kind of chain your prosthetics. So rush, and then we're going to rush behind cover, and then rush again. And we're just going to completely ignore the big spear dude and come out here and rest. Now it's much easier to clear backwards. Again, he has a lightning attack, so be wary of that. But clearing backwards is much easier, and that is probably the best farming spot that you can have up to this point. So pay attention to that. Very worth the effort there. There's a couple guys on the roof. What we're going to do is we're going to start the boss fight off by ninjutsuing one of these guys as a puppeteer. And in case you didn't know, this boss is a bull, so we're going to be using the firecrackers, not the flame vent, because the bull can be stunned by the firecrackers. So we're going to kill this guy the old-fashioned way. And what I'm doing now is clearing these guys, and then I'm puppeteering this one so that he can help keep some damage up on the bull as we fight him. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but it's always worth giving it a shot. And then we're going to go ahead and get a nice big old opener on the bull. Now, it's the same process as the other bull. You're going to want to stay on his rear and try to get him to charge into the wall on his own, but if he doesn't, it's no big deal. He's supposed to hit the wall there. Guy on the roof is not helping at all. There we go. Now we can get on his rear. Pop the firecrackers. Stay on his rear. Firecrackers. Didn't work. Firecrackers again. Didn't work. Stay on his rear. Firecrackers. Just keep spamming those firecrackers even if they don't work. Firecrackers. Alright, that's the last of the firecrackers. He's about half health. He's got the same thing on his horns as our divine confetti. So let's see if I can get him to hit the wall. Nope. Again, you can parry these attacks, but he also takes increased damage when you hit him in the head. Kind of like Yobu. Eventually we'll get his health down far enough to where he will hit the wall and knock himself out. There we go, get behind him. Just kind of run parallel to a wall and then just keep running and eventually you'll get behind him. Oh man. Alright, almost done. Just don't get hit and we should be good. I hate chasing bosses like this. He's really trying. There we go. So he'll hit the wall. And that'll be the end of this boss. Go ahead and get our prayer bead from him. It's kind of a hidden boss. You wouldn't know he was here unless you came and looked, but you get the beast karma, which increases the number of spirit emblems that can be held, which is always beneficial. We'll go ahead and max those out before we start dealing with the late game bosses, but for now, we got more than what we need, especially with the ceremonial Tanto. That grapple point is really there just so you can avoid getting, stun locked by the bull. Is there a grapple point to get up here? No, but there is an item. More divine confetti. Super useful in this area. Alright, so we are about halfway through the bottom half. Again, first we're going to be clearing up this way and then pushing our way towards the right. So I'll catch you guys on the next episode and we'll keep clearing through.